Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping straight into a totally fascinating, timeless fable today called The Woodcutter and the Reward of Virtue. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It sounds like a simple bedtime story, right? But honestly, the mechanics of human behavior hidden in this tale are absolutely profound. They are completely relevant to how we operate in our real-world society right now. We're going to break down the exact narrative structure of this story to uncover some incredible lessons about resources, empathy, and, well, consequence. But before we really get into it, I want you to honestly stop and consider this question for a second. If you found a magic wand, what would you ask for? Seriously, it's the ultimate thought experiment. If you were handed limitless power with literally zero friction, what's your very first instinct? Does having sudden, immense power bring out our absolute best? Or does it kind of amplify our darkest, most selfish desires? Just keep your own personal answer tucked away in your mind as we go through this explainer. Okay, Section 1, The Honest Woodcutter's Reward, an unexpected discovery. So let's meet our main guy, Ramu. He's a poor but incredibly hardworking woodcutter, and his life changes literally overnight when his axe strikes an ancient tree deep in the forest, and boom, he uncovers a glowing magical wand. Now let's dive into this dichotomy we have here. On one side, we've got Ramu, who is entirely defined by his relentless hard work, his strict honesty, and his totally selfless nature. But in stark contrast, living in the exact same village is a guy named Mohan, and Mohan is the polar opposite. He is driven entirely by greed and selfishness. It's fascinating, right? We have the exact same geographical setting, but two totally different moral compasses at play. And this contrast, well, it's about to be put to the ultimate test. Because the exact moment Ramu touches that wand, a brilliant fairy just appears out of nowhere with a very specific set of instructions. She tells him, Ramu, you are an honest and hardworking person. This magic wand is now yours, but use it only for good deeds. Notice how explicitly clear she makes it that this power isn't just some random lottery win. No way. It's a direct reward for his established good character. But, and this is a huge but, it comes with a strict, non-negotiable compliance clause. The magic must only be used for noble purposes. And this sequence of priorities right here brilliantly illustrates exactly what kind of person Ramu is. Look at step 1. He repairs his own broken home. He secures his own basic foundation first, which, let's face it, is incredibly practical. It's like putting on your own oxygen mask first, you know? But he doesn't stop there and just hoard his advantage. Nope. Step 2, he immediately turns outward and starts helping the poor people in his village. And finally, step 3, he brings joy and prosperity to the entire community. He basically kickstarts a localized economic and social boom, all using his own empathy as the driving force. Which brings us to Section 2, The Trap of Greed, a Selfish Plan. And yeah, this is where the tone of our narrative takes a sharp, cautionary turn. Because Mohan, he hatches a dark, selfish plan to steal that wand for himself. Just watch how rapidly this whole plan falls apart. At midnight, Mohan sneaks right into Ramu's house and actually pulls it off. He steals the wand. He then rushes way out into the deep forest, absolutely convinced he's just won the ultimate prize. Standing all alone, he selfishly demands a massive gleaming palace of gold. But moments later, the situation violently implodes. The magic completely backfires on him. Instead of a golden palace, giant crushing rocks start raining down around him. By dawn, Mohan is terrified, running for his very life, and he finally realizes the absolutely catastrophic mistake he's made. And the crucial point here is summarized perfectly by the fairy, who actually reappears as Mohan is fleeing in absolute terror. She tells him point blank, magic only helps those with a good heart. Those who are greedy are punished. What is so truly fascinating here is that the magic wand isn't just a tool, right? It acts as a moral mirror. It doesn't blindly grant wishes. It actively reflects and then amplifies the true internal intentions of whoever is holding it. Mohan's own greed literally collapsed right on top of him. All right, Section 3, Forgiveness and Community, the true climax. This is where our explainer shifts from a simple magical warning to something profoundly, practically human. Because the real magic happens when a defeated, terrified Mohan trudges back to the village and comes face to face with Ramu. First, Mohan actually humbles himself, apologizes, and hands back the wand. But look at this next crucial action. Ramu actively chooses to forgive his enemy. I mean, that is incredible emotional intelligence. And the results? They're undeniable. They actually team up. They pool their efforts together. They build brand new homes for everyone in town. They construct a whole school for the children. The village achieves real collective happiness. It completely proves that shared resources and a united community create a way more lasting, stable joy than Mohan's isolated, imaginary golden palace ever could have. Section 4. The true meaning of magic, a philosophical core. As the village thrives, the fairy returns for one final visit that totally recontextualizes everything we've just seen. She leaves them with this profound, mic-drop truth. True power lies not in magic, but in a good heart and noble deeds. The wand, you see, it was never the actual source of the village's transformation. It was merely a catalyst. The magic wand is basically a perfect metaphor for the real-world resources, the wealth, the talents, and the platforms we all possess today. The power isn't in the tool itself, guys. The true power is found entirely in the heart of the person choosing to use that tool to elevate the people around them. Which brings me to a final challenge for you. Without a magic wand, how can you create true magic in your own community? I want you to really genuinely think about this. You don't need a fairy tale to rebuild a neighborhood, or to forgive someone who wronged you, or to share your own specific talents with those in need. The blueprint is sitting right here in front of us. You already have the tools. So what is your next move going to be?